Good evening, Chris. How are you this evening?
Hi, Rob. How are you? I'm really, 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 really excited.
That's great.
I'm going to tell you why.
Why is that?
Because I love you. I keep saying it every week. I'm going to keep saying it. Because you know what? Whenever these are reviewed and 200...
I thought you loved books.
No, but they don't smell as nice as you. Well, actually, they do. They don't know as much as you. And stop swallowing hard. I heard you swallowing hard there because you can't take the love. That's a Canadian thing, maybe, isn't it? I don't know how to say love in French, like Montrealian people. Je m'appelle Chris.
J'adore.
J'adore.
No. J'aime.
Jam?
Je t'aime. Je t'aime.
I used to have a friend called Jam, but he's not my friend anymore.
So I have one book this evening.
Rob,
just one.
I am excited by your book. Do we do? Well, sometimes we do more than one.
Well, you do yours. Do yours.
Mine's not exciting. I shouldn't say it. Mine's actually very exciting.
Okay, I'll do mine then.
You do yours. Mine's exciting, but mine's exciting in a
different
sense.
You do yours.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I'll do mine.
Oh, you're such a tease. Look at me.
Maybe not. You should do yours.
Well, I do.
Is yours good?
Yeah, mine's amazing.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do I know why?
I'll do mine. I'll do mine. Because mine's not going to be as good as yours.
Yeah, probably not. I am very, very, very good at the book reviews.
You're very good.
Do you know why?
I have no idea why.
Because I have a reading age of 12. I'm forced into photo books. I'd love to read other stuff. I'm actually really well read in two things. Guy de Maupassant, who is a French writer, early 90s.
Old Guy.
Guy. Okay.
He used to play soccer. He used to play hockey, street hockey with us on Saturday nights.
No.
On Dieppe Avenue.
Shut up.
Old Guy. I know Guy.
Does great short stories.
Little street hockey.
A little street hockey. Now, in fairness, he has been dead. He died from syphilis in the latter.
That I don't know Guy.
In the latter part of the 1800s. But I'm very well read in Guy de Maupassant. I've read everything he's ever done. Okay, I've actually loved to learn French, so I'm actually going to go on a trip before I die around the points that he mentions in his most favorite books. But I'm also, and everyone should know this, I'm also very well read in utopian feminism. Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I probably mentioned that before, but I am very well read.
You did. You mentioned that 2 weeks ago, I think.
Did I? It's because I'm very well read in it. I'll not tell you why, but I'm very well read in it. But it does give you a slightly different view. But anyway, Rob, you go knock yourself out. I want to hear this. I want to hear your book.
Hi, I'm Rob. And my book this week is a book that I had back in the 1980s.
Oh.
And I read this book cover to cover. I studied it. I read it. I knew every word of it. I was tested on it.
No.
And I passed.
It's a technical book, isn't it, Rob?
I lost it. And I bought it again about 5 years ago because I needed to have it.
No.
It is Micheal Langford's, Micheal Langford's Basic Photography.
Yeah.
It is, if you don't own this book, you're not a photographer.
Rob, I have 3 copies because I'm such a good photographer. I have a hardback, a softback, and a wee one I don't mind flicking through in the toilet.
This book, this is an awesome reference book for photography. It really is. With
regards to what? Chit-chat? Technical stuff?
It's all the technical stuff. It's all the technical stuff. It's how you understand photography and why it does what it does. Like why depth of field is what it is.
Oh no! I need to read that because people always ask me in my classes.
Circles of Confusion.
Do you know how it works? I have no idea how it works. People ask me questions.
I used to know all that stuff.
People ask me questions.
And it's all that hyperfocal distance, near point, far point. Like, I just need to look at the formula again and I can do it again. But all that stuff is in here.
Is there a formula?
There's that's all photography is. All technical photography is. It's all formulas. I mean, like, look at that. It's just like formula after formula after formula. Like, just charts and formulas of everything. There's some great stuff in here. And I mean, you can't go wrong with a book like this. If you can buy this book for like £10, £15,
a good buy.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Just skim through it. You look at it, you go, oh, near point, far point. You start understanding what those mean, and you know what your hyperfocal distance is, and what your circle of confusion is, and your
is that real? Is that a real thing? Circle of confusion. I shouldn't be teaching photography, Rob.
Yeah, circle of confusion, absolutely.
13
and
years.
Your magnification. You know that it totally depends on your magnification, your circle of confusion, and that's how you perceive your depth of field. What is in focus and what isn't in focus. You know, it's all what your pupil or what your eye understands as being in focus.
Rob,
it depends on the circle of confusion.
Rob, can I say something? You've gone Hawkins on me. You've gone Hawkins on my ass. So
don't say that.
I'm serious. Yeah.
So this book was reprinted in 1982. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this particular one, 1982. Mm-hmm. And so I was in school, what was it, 1986, 87 or something, I think like that.
I would pay to look through the window of that school.
This book, here you go, dude. There's a stamp. There's a school stamp on this secondhand book that I bought. Chippenham Technical College.
Chippenham?
Chippenham
Who would
Technical College, 25, and it says Tracy Merg? Oh. Tracy Meng? Or something like that, right?
If anyone know Tracy, put her in touch. Rob's got her book.
I got her book.
Yeah. Do you think she gave it away because she didn't give a about the what was it called? Magic distancy thing. What was it called?
Hyperfocal distance?
No, the other thing you're talking about. I'd never heard about.
Near point, far point. No, circle of confusion.
Circle of confusion. You know the circle of confusion.
Absolutely, circle of confusion is the magnification that you take your original image. Okay, so if you have a negative or if you have a sensor, it doesn't matter. So if it's 24 by 36 millimeters and you magnify it up to 8 by 10, your circle of confusion is proportionate to that magnification. So, I mean, and the great thing is, Chris, is I bought a second-hand textbook. So I've got notes in the column. All sorts of notes scribbled in the side column, and all sorts of underlining and stuff.
I'm having a panic attack.
It's a great book. It's a technical book. It's very dry. It's absolutely very dry.
Is it?
If you don't know this stuff,
yeah,
I'm serious. Like this is like real basic stuff. And at the end of each chapter. You have to quiz. It gives you a quiz. Rob, it gives you a quiz.
Rob, we're going to do a new game called What the Fuck Does Chris Know About Photography? We'll do it next week. And you can quiz me. Send me copies of I'll buy the book. And then you can quiz me.
Here we go. Write a short essay describing the controls a photographer can exert over the final photograph by means of camera optics. 2, you are provided with a print from a photograph of a church which has been taken with a lens of a 20 centimeter focal length. Could you rephotograph the church using a 15 centimeter focal length to produce a visually identical result?
Well, that's easy because my answer would be with that was no, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't give a fuck about photographing the church.
You got that wrong. Of course you could. You just crop it.
Of course you
crop it so it looks like a 20.
You crop it in, of course. Rob, you see whenever people ask me technical questions in my class, you know what I say? It's a really
go ask
good
Rob.
Thing to say. No, well I should. In fairness, you know that for a fact that I do say that a lot to people. Go ask Rob. But I always say it's a fire you light, not a bucket you fill. I don't have time to be going into in-depth technical stuff, go.
This is beautiful stuff, though, Chris. This is all the technical stuff. It's the magic. It's how the magic happens. It's how the magic happens.
But Rob, let me
beautiful diagrams, beautiful little diagrams on stuff. Like,
Rob,
why would you not have this in your library?
Because I'm going to tell you why.
This is my book of the week.
I'm going to tell you why. And
my book of the week.
Penn and Teller. Are they Canadian or American?
American.
Right, I'm going to use Penn and Teller. You know the thing they do where people have to come on and try and amaze them with magic? And if they guess how it's done, then the people are basically off. But if they don't, they move through, right? So it's somebody's job to amaze them. Well, I'm always going to be amazed. I'm always going to be amazed by stuff like that. I'm basically letting everybody through. But the other thing is, let me just say this to you, Rob, and this isn't poo-pooing your book, because by God, you're a better photographer than me, but here's how I see it. In the University of Ulster, okay, at the end of your shows, whenever I had no wit to work there, and we were basically printing the work, putting it onto dye bond, okay? So you're printing the work, doing all the stuff that goes to printing, right? Big learning experience. And then you were putting it onto dye bond in a kind of a pretty dusty environment, okay? So everything was kind of bumps and everything else. But the biggest problem was that the laminating or the process, the machine that put the photograph onto the dye bond, right, wasn't the same height as the table, okay? So what did they do? How did we figure that out? Now, your book will tell you this, because what we did was we got the English version of your book and we propped up the prints on it, and it ran seamlessly. And I remember thinking, and people were holding and talking about this book like it was the Bible. In their day, if you didn't know this book, you didn't get through college. You had to know every single page, the test and everything else. And here it was lying on its side, being used as a distance, not as a. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No, there you go. That's my story. But of course, that doesn't mean that I have to know what the circle of Confucius is or whatever it was.
Confusion.
Fuck. Do you know what the circle of confusion for me is, Rob? I'm going to be honest with you. Circle of confusion for me is whenever I go on set, right, and I can't make friends with the first AD and the DOP. Then I have a circle.
Just start walking.
I have a very big circle of confusion. It's just like things are not going to go well. You know what I'm saying?
Here you go. Here's a question for you, Chris.
Go.
Because this is beautiful. Because we run the gamut. We run right from the beginning of photography, the process, the film, the process, the taking, processing the film, to printing.
Okay. I can tell you lots about that. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you?
You know what you asked me?
I'm about to ask you. Give one reason for each of the following faults in bromide prints. Blisters.
Wait, what are you saying? You cut out a wee bit there.
Sorry, I'll say that again. I'll repeat myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give one reason for each of the following faults in bromide prints.
Yes.
A. Blisters.
Mm-hmm.
B. Small white irregular spots with sharp edges.
Okay.
C. Circular white spots with sharp edges.
Mm-hmm.
D. Large irregular yellow stains. E. Print too dark. F. Print too light.
That's already, you're not giving me this testing. I know all those answers.
G. I hope you're writing all this down.
Well, I certainly am.
General fog all over the print.
Mm-hmm.
H. Print from a sharp negative, unsharp overall.
Mm-hmm.
Or I. Print from a sharp negative, unsharp in parts.
But are we enlarging?
That's one question, Chris.
I know. Listen,
that's one question
Rob,
this entire book.
But Rob,
dude,
I know.
This is such a comprehensive photographic educational
Educational.
tool.
Educational.
I was gonna do
better.
education and tool together. Educational.
Educational. But Rob, can I just ask you one question? Are you talking about whenever we're enlarging by artificial light, or are we enlarging by studio light? I can answer those questions, but I need to know what light.
Always by artificial light.
Always by it.
That's the only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way you're not enlarging by natural light ever.
Okay. Oh no, you can for sure. But
how are you enlarging by natural light unless you're doing contact printing, then you're not really enlarging.
Well, I'm just going to say that
all you're doing is 1-to-1.
But if I'm using an apparatus for enlarging, for artificial light, it's way more expensive for use of daylight. But also the negative box and screen, right, have to be. There needs to be an addition of 2 extra pieces, because if you're using condensing lenses, you know what I mean. Listen, I'm talking nonsense because my bromide stuff wasn't a massive success in Japan whenever I showed it 5 years ago. But the spot things.
That's my book, Chris.
I would keep those spots, Rob.
Micheal Langford.
He knew what you want.
Basic photography.
Have you ever seen Micheal Langford?
Edition. No, but I would love to meet him.
Well,
I would honestly love to meet him. He's got to be 120 years old.
Yeah, no, but if you look at him whenever he was younger, he was hot, Rob.
This is 4th edition, 1982. I probably was on the 5th edition when I went to school.
You've
I would love to shake his hand, because
let's go and dig him up.
This is probably the most important book in my entire photographic career.
Well, this is why we get on so well, because you love the book so much that you would probably let me go, and I would go and do it, dig him up, and present you with his skeletal hand, so you could just. And then what I do is I do a whole series of photographs around it that would all be too dark and have some funny blisters on them. That's a fact.
The bromide, dude. Bromide. Come on, print it right.
You were really. I've never felt you so animated, Rob. Ever. What are you drinking?
Grapefruit juice.
Me too.
Juice.
Me too.
Yummy.
Although I'm just drinking. If you take the fruit off that, I'm drinking grape juice. Do you want me to tell you
what's your book, Chris?
It's easy peasy. Easy. I shouldn't say that. You have to blank that out. That's maybe racist.
18 minutes and 20 seconds.
We have to start again. Ask me again what my book is, Rob.
Hi, Chris.
Yes, Rob.
What's your book this evening?
That's really, really simple. And I'm going to say to you, it is, I'm going to talk, I'm whacking the mic there. I'm going to have to go again. I am talking.
Okay, so 40 seconds. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Rob.
What's your book tonight?
My book tonight is as important as your book, Rob. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, because my book is many, many, many books. Okay. I am talking about Cafe Royale Books, CRB. Okay, if you go into caferoyalebooks.com, okay, and it's run by a guy called Craig Atkinson. I always have to check his name is Atkinson, not Atkinson. It's Atkinson, okay, and it's been going since 2005. And let me read you a wee bit about what Craig does, okay, because things are tight at the minute, okay, for nearly everybody I know. Okay, apart from civil servants who've been getting paid to work from home. And Jeff.
Jeff's doing okay.
Jeff's doing well, let me tell you.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Jeff can't complain.
Jeff, if Jeff complained to me, you know what would happen?
I'd slap him.
I'd kick him in the balls. Jeff, you lucky I'd say. If only I had half what you have right now, I'd consider myself to be rich. My kids would be eating, not seaweed and winkles that we're eating.
Half of what Jeff has.
Yeah.
You could have 0.5 of what Jeff has.
Yeah, true. So, Robert, Cafe Royale Books publishes weekly photographic titles photographing on British documentary photography. Now, it says British documentary photography, and that won't lie well with some of reviewers, okay, from a political standpoint. But what I'm going to say is it's England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, and international. Okay, so that maybe that British element of stuff maybe is a wee bit looser than we think. Okay, but basically, here's what the crack is. All publications are printed in the UK by small family-run firms, which I like. All paper used is FSC. There you go. Environmentally friendly and ethically produced. So Craig has really thought about the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing. So if you don't know about Café Royale Books, his aim is to create a focused and complete archive of British documentary photography, British with a loose B. He publishes around 70 titles each year with an archive box set every 100th title. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So what you're getting as collectors are wide and varied. It's like the MoMA, New York, Harvard University, Oxford University, Bowdoin Library, Cambridge, the British Library, Martin Parr. I don't know who that is. Martin Parr Foundation, and the Tate V&A. The Tate not who's it has Martin stuff now? Is it the V&A? Well, anyway, National Art Library. I got waylaid there, didn't I? I should stop being fun. I should stop trying to be witty. Next year, whenever you and me in Ards, we'll buy him a bottle of wine. How do you spell wine?
Tesco Special.
Tesco Special. I could be funny and I'm not going to be. I aim to make this is a bit for me, Rob, that's really important. Publications affordable, democratic, utilitarian and useful without fuss or decoration. The Image History and Culture Archive are the focus, helped by and not overwhelmed by the design. Now, Craig says that the design's really, really, if you think of Helvetica in a photo book, it's exactly what it is. It's really, really delightfully designed. I think actually he's doing himself a service by saying that, but I get what he's saying. But essentially, if I go into collections here, okay, let me just move my all-important wine and go to catalogue, okay. Let me see. Okay, we have, now the stuff is, this is just awesome. So Colin Pierce, Sheriff Street. I'll go through a few of these. Let me just go back here a second. You have Colin Pierce, you have Graham McIndoe, you have Kevin O'Farrell, you have John Bentis Harris, you have Tony O'Shea, you have Victor Sloan, you have Rose Comiskey, you have Victor Sloan, you have John Bentis, you have Homer Sykes, you have essentially, and that's only Ireland. Whenever I start going through Wales, Scotland, you have these beautiful books. I should have brought one. I didn't bring it up on purpose because it was an artist that I've fallen out with. And I didn't know why to promote him online.
Who's that?
I'm not telling you. I'd rather be bitter and silent than bitter and not silent. But
what's his initials?
SHIT are his initials.
What does it rhyme with?
If I say, you'll have to really bleep it out. You couldn't broadcast that, could you? Loosely
23 minutes and 50 seconds.
Loosely rhymes with that. But anyway, I should know. I have a bloody degree in design. They're Cafe A4, A5? Is that it? Must be A5. They're just sublime. Black and white with the odd colour thrown in. I'd say probably 90% 95% is black and white. But what you get are these really super affordable. Let me just click them on here. Really, £9, okay, both for 2 volumes, okay, from $6.50, and it's just each one of them's got 1, 2, 3. I would say 25. Let me see. It'll tell me here. A5s. They are 210-138 archival inkjet on Hanamula photo rag paper. So can you imagine where else would that happen? Now I collect these, and my favourite one to date is Old Ladies of Whitechapel, which is literally Old Ladies of Whitechapel in London. And I show these a lot whenever I teach because the work is so accessible, it's cheap. You know, who can't afford, well, in fairness now, a lot of people can't afford £9, but it's, you know, your library could build up very quickly over the space of over a year with this stuff. Craig, if you write to him, he'll write back to you. I'm pretty sure of that. Go and look. Some of the stuff is beyond getting, but that's fine. You know what I mean? David Hearn. The stuff is just like, I don't know. He's honest to God, Rob. He's just a master of getting people to do this. Well, people must go to him now because you have people there who are just
Right.
you have people there who are just doing stuff that's unbelievable, cheap in a monetary sense, but everything else about it is just sublime. You know what I mean? It's stuff you if you drink on the rocks, you know, at the edge of the water because you don't want your wife to find you. It's something you'd go and do that on a blanket on a tomorrow night, for instance. You would take it with you and you would read it, and it would, you know, you'd pass maybe an hour just looking at the images. It's an absolute delight. An absolute delight. There you go. What do you think of that? Martin Parr's in it.
Who?
Martin Parr.
Never heard of him.
I know, Rob. God, I'm going to have to just. Do you know
Who's
what?
that?
Oh no, it's Martin Parr with 3 R's. It's not the one I was thinking about.
3 R's.
Martin
Park.
Parr.
Mark Park.
Well, Mark. I have to say that Martin Park is another person.
Mark Park. That's who it is.
Rob, guess what? Let's buy one of
Marty Parkey.
Rob, let's do a competition. I have an idea. I'm just throwing this out there right now. Okay, let's do a competition where we buy Martin Parr's The British Seaside. Oh, it's sold out. It's the only one that's sold out. Oh, the power of marketing.
Come on.
I'm serious.
Out of all 1,083 different
there's loads
books
sold out.
he has.
There's loads sold out. I know, but this isn't. Well, let's give away something else. Let's give away one of our choice. Okay, we'll go through it. Okay. Let's give away a Cafe Royale book in the coming weeks to a subscriber. Let's just do that. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, that for you and I, that's, I don't know what it is. Is it $3.45 each? No, it's more. If it's £9, £9 for two. It's basically if we put £3 in the pot, and I could definitely get that off Leah. for sure. Or next week we just don't drink and we buy two and we give away stuff. We're going to start doing giveaways, by the way. I'm doing some really nice mugs at the minute, some really nice hoodies that we're looking at doing along the little joke that we have with Martin. They're going to be funny things that we hope the world of photography will enjoy and also give me enough to tax my car next month. That's where we're going. Rob, are we over? We're 31:41. I'm still recording. Are you still recording?
We're about dead here. So, Chris, thank you very much.
Next week we're just going to do
great.
We're just going to talk about Martin Parr all next week, will we?
Yeah, well, we'll figure out some way to do that on Chump the Stump.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get him to come and do
Or Stump the Chump.
I'm going to come and get him to do an article, come and do a piece, come and do a review of us. That's it. I'm going to get him to review us. Oh, it's brilliant. I'm going to email him after this and say, Martin, check out our
Dude, he'll just be brutal. He'll just tear the shit out of us.
But listen, he's brutal anyway. I like brittle. Brittle's good.
Brutal anyways.
Brittle anyway.
Cheers, Chris.
Robert.
Have a great evening.
Go and watch Gladiator. Give you a sense next week. Okay, bud.
Good night.
Nighty-night. Be good.
Bye.
That's fucking hilarious, Rob. That's fucking hilarious.